Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I'm YouTube famous now. SilverDaddy.com. The album, Dad AF, available in 2018. The affiliate link below. Blinded by the light. I love that song so much. But let me tell you what I am really tired of, okay? I am tired of YouTube fans that are so blinded by their love of their YouTuber that they cannot see the truth that is right in front of their face. I mean, we can all love who we love. That doesn't mean that you can't see these people as real people, okay? That make mistakes, that are not perfect in everything that they do. I am so tired of it over the last couple of days. So anyway, I mean, listen, and you know, does anybody really want to be perceived as perfect? Because if you are perceived as perfect, then there is going to be a point in your life that you are going to fall from grace, right? And that is going to be a really hard fall. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about Logan Paul because I was reading this article that was rather interesting to me on the heels of a lot of discussion about Tanacon and Shane Dawson doing this perfect docuseries about Tanacon. If you go to his Twitter and he's retweeted, that video was yesterday. Don't fuck with me, fellas. I'm not reliving it, okay? I said what I had to say, and I'm not going back there again. But this was interesting to me. That yesterday, this article came out, okay, on this website called Polygon. And if you go to the website, it's mostly like articles written about gaming and YouTube and all kinds of things to do with, I don't know, you know, technological. I ain't got my glasses on, I can't do math, right? But the article is called Logan Paul is the latest YouTube creator. This actually came out today. Is today the 9th or today the 10th? I don't know, listen, okay? I am so without sorts today. My car is in the shop getting its brakes fixed, and I am just sitting around here losing my mind. So of course I'm reading technological articles, because when you don't have anything else to do, you read technological articles. I never do. I was actually watching Below Deck. So anyway, the article is called Logan Paul is the latest YouTube creator to use documentary for apology. And you know, I immediately was like, oh my God, like I've heard, okay, I knew he teased this out, right? But this is like right on the heels of this whole Tanacon docuseries. I mean, the most perfect documentary that's ever been made. When I was reading this thread underneath there, people were like, this was so good, this should have been a TV series. On what channel? On what channel should that have been on a TV series? That kind of cracked me up a little bit. But anyway, so it says, telling a version of truth is the latest trend to combat controversy. Telling a version of truth is the latest trend to combat controversy. So should we get this article? I'm going to read you parts of it, right? Framing is often key to escaping a hairy situation, chiefly if the person at the epicenter of it is accused, a person at the center of it is accused of a despicable act. Public relations exist. Now, I tell all of these people on YouTube, I'm like, basically at this point, you know you should hire the guy with the fan as your public relations director. Listen, I know what to do, okay? So you're going to love what this article says. And this article is by one Julia Alexander. Thank you, Julia, for this article. This is one of the most fantastical, oh my God, I love that word. I love romantical and fantastical, and I know they're not words and I don't really care. But this is one of the most fantastic articles on this kind of subject. Public relations exist to combat perception, and the moves are always changing. Maybe it's a company taking out a full-page ad in the New York Times Sunday paper, or a billboard overlooking the 405 in Los Angeles. And sometimes those PR moves are high-profile documentaries that reframe an entire event using a medium known for dealing in nonfiction. In his latest vlog, controversial YouTube personality Logan Paul. So if you don't know who Logan Paul is, and if you're a Logan Paulster or a Loganster or whatever you all fools call yourself, don't come to my video and be like, bro, don't talk about Logan like that, bro. Go buy some Maverick merch, bro. Whatever. Don't, okay? Love who you gotta love. I'm just commenting, doing a little commentary on the article that I'm reading, okay? Don't be blinded by your super fan icon, because listen, we're all gonna fall from grace one of these days. So anyway, it says in his latest vlog, controversial YouTube personality Logan Paul. Oh, but if you don't know who Logan Paul is this YouTuber that is just like growing at mass numbers. I looked, you'd think he was like, people always think it's like PewDiePie's #1. And then number 2 is like Logan Paul. No, that's not true. Logan Paul is like 920th, I think, ranked on YouTube or Social Blade or something like that. And because like number 1, you guys, listen, you know who's making the money on YouTube? True story. And I should know because my nephews, they're forever watching those toy reviews and you know what I'm talking about? All the kid channels are like the top 20. True story, okay? Oh, and there's like an Indian like music, like, you know, the Bollywood music and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole like, there's a website, I don't know, music videos. They're really pretty, okay? I went one time and I checked it out because I was like, I gotta see all this. So anyway, it says in his latest vlog, he's a big deal. He's a big fucking deal on YouTube, okay? Everybody, they're Logan stars. They do all this kind of bro kind of shit. I ain't got the muscles right, bro. I do it, but I don't. And I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't do math. Okay. In his latest vlog, controversial YouTube personality Logan Paul announced that he was working on a documentary about his mindset around the time that he entered the, I cannot pronounce this for us, so I will not, in Japan and filmed the body of a man who had committed suicide. Now, this is what happened, okay? He was in Japan. It wasn't just about the fact that he showed a body hanging in this suicide forest and then uploaded it onto YouTube, okay? Because I actually commented on all this going on at the time. It was about the fact that Logan Paul and all his friends were acting like a bunch of fools in Japan, okay? It was embarrassing. He should have been embarrassed by it. They were like going in front of like security guards and stuff and be like, yo, bro, what's up, bro? I mean, it was so embarrassing, you guys, okay? So, let's just say another YouTuber where arrogance and ego has gone. I don't know that he's never not had that, okay? Because I've also watched videos of his parents or his father, and his father is definitely Logan, bro, and I don't know what he's a fan, okay? Because he's very similar to him. So anyway, the article goes on, and he's gonna make a documentary basically covering his ass about what he did in the suicide forest, okay? So, he entered the forest in Japan and filmed the body of a man who had committed suicide. Public outcry over the incident prompted Paul's team taking down the forest videos hours after posting, okay, but not hours before YouTube put it on their trending page. So, there's a lot of videos out there that are having a hard time getting even monetized right to begin with. But Logan Paul's video with a body hanging in it, YouTube had no problem about that until a lot of people started complaining about it. Public outcry over the incident prompted Paul's team taking down, I guess he took it down, Forrest's video hours after posting and led to the video creator losing his premium partnership with YouTube, his YouTube Red series, and a wave of demonetized videos. But they're saying supposedly that he's going to come back and do another YouTube Red series. A teaser for the documentary, which appeared in Paul's new vlog, hints at an introspective video that will explore where his head was before and after the incident. Paul will likely touch on the topic of burnout, a very real, growing concern in the YouTube community. At the time, Paul was publishing a vlog a day, touring and partnering with other creators like his brother Jake Paul for separate videos. He was busy and no one will deny that part of his life at the time. So basically a lot of what he's going to say is, hey you guys, I'm going through a lot of burnout. I'm a vlogger on YouTube. It's a really, really tough job. I'm really, really struggling with it. And yeah, so I put a dead body in a video. I don't know what I was thinking. I was out of my mind. I was so overworked, hanging out with my brother and my Yahoo friends in Japan, being a bunch of idiots and fools, that I put this video up. I don't know what I was thinking. He makes close to $400,000 to $500,000, $600,000 a month making vlogs, y'all, okay? Not to mention sponsored videos on top of that and merch. This kid is making minimum $10 million a year, all right? Don't buy into this burnout shit. There are people out there that are taking their kid, getting up in the morning, single mothers, okay? Raising their kids with no extra help, getting 3 kids ready for school in the morning, putting breakfast on the table, driving them to school, sometimes 2 different schools, getting to work on time, coming to pick those schools up from after-school programs, bringing them home to a babysitter, okay, that's going to watch them so that she can go to her second job, come home at 11 o'clock at night, say goodnight to her kids, and then start the whole thing over the next day. And she works 6 or 7 days a week. And you want us to feel bad for you, Logan Paul, because you're going through burnout on YouTube? Give me a fucking break. This is the kind of shit that I am so tired of, right? And this right here, this statement is the statement that's going to get me all of those Logan Paul people coming over here being like, don't talk about Logan Paul like that. You don't know how tough his job is. He's got a really tough... blow it out your ass. He does not have a tough job, okay? Let's just be for real. The documentary will also see Paul in control of the narrative, tweaking the criticism and emotional pitch of the post-mortem as he sees fit. Paul has apologized for his actions, admitting there's no excuse for why he's decided to upload the video, and confessing he wasn't really thinking at the time. He even produced a smaller documentary on suicide awareness following a 3-week hiatus from YouTube after facing mass criticism for his insensitive video. That was very nice. It was the least he could have done. The follow-up continues his apology tour on his own terms. You know, it was interesting when we think about that he did this 3-part series, because I was actually reading this article yesterday. I think it was on BuzzFeed, and it was like 16 movie stars that are gay that you wouldn't know it. I knew that they were all gay. I mean, everybody's out now. But it was, one of them in there was Zachary Quinto, and you know, he was on American Horror Story and stuff like that. And he was talking about that the reason, and I had read a whole article and interview about this on him before, but I had forgotten about this, that the reason that he came out had nothing to do with his timing or that it was like he was ready to tell his story. It was for the kids that were suffering out there, okay? The kids that were possibly going through depression or were feeling similar to him or that were suicidal as a result of, you know, having sexuality issues and whatever. And so he was like, for those kids, I'm telling my story. You know, why can we not just do things because it's the right thing to do? Why is it always to clean up a mess? Why is it always to save a reputation? Why is it not just because it's the right thing to do? Like, I have issues with that, okay? And for me, that goes into judging somebody's character as a person. When you look at somebody's character and you say, well, who are they as a person? Well, your motives for why you do things have a lot to do with that. So I ain't buying it, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you, I have gone and watched quite a few Logan Paul and Jake Paul videos since all this has gone down, and nothing has changed. I'm actually filming a documentary about everything that's happened this year. Oh my Lord. Can't wait for that 5-part docuseries that'll get 100 million views a video, and you'll make so much money off of it, but you're struggling from burnout. All the stuff that went down in January, where I was at in my life and kind of the psyche of what actually happened. Paul said in the vlog at the top of the page, here, I got an idea for you. Why don't you just put it in a vlog? Because that's what you do. You're a YouTuber. Why put it in a documentary? Oh, because that's the hottest thing right now. More and more documentaries, which on YouTube tend to be shorter in length, run in multiple parts, and a little more amateur than traditional documentaries. Do we just say a little bit more amateur than documentaries? If I said that, I'd get in trouble. Are becoming the dignified response from YouTube creators who need to serve a growing fan base, assuage critical onlookers, or simply build the next level of celebrity. And then it goes in here and talks about this one guy. But are you ready for all this? Then it shows, oh my God, I couldn't believe it, a thumbnail for Shane Dawson's video, The Truth About Tanamojo. Not all sales pitches are for tangible items. Shane Dawson, one of the most beloved and respected personalities on YouTube, I agree, has become, and I love him too, has begun publishing documents. I have to say that. I mean, I say it in every video now. I have to say it, and they still come for me. And respected personalities on YouTube has begun publishing documentaries centering on specific YouTubers and events, and ultimately sell the sanctity of his brand with a more prestigious packaging. His most recent 3-part documentary series focuses on Tanacon, the disastrous fan festival organized by YouTuber Tanamojo. That is what the title should have been. Are you ready for this? Tanacon, the disastrous fan festival organized by YouTuber Tanamojo. That should have been the name of the docuseries. In retaliation to VidCon, Dawson was one of the creators who agreed to join Mojo, a friend, at Tanacon and host a meet and greet with thousands of fans. Tanacon was shut down well before Dawson. This person, what's her name, Julia? Julia, you paraphrase much better than I ever do. Takes me about 7 minutes to even get into a video. Was shut down well before Dawson could ever take the stage, let alone meet people. He spent the weekend apologizing to people on Twitter for a nightmarish get-together he had no control over. Throughout the 3-part series, you guys, are you ready for this paragraph? This is gold right here. Throughout the 3-part series, countless measures are taken to prove that Dawson was not to blame for the Tanacon disaster. He invites a couple of fans into his house, listens to their stories, and hangs out with them for an afternoon. He listens to his good friend, Tanamojo documentary. objective, unbiased. Good friend, Tana Mojo. Cry as he gets emotional with her, reiterating that he's looking into the hellish con because he loves her so much as a friend. Angered participants weren't blaming Dawson for Tanacon, but the docuseries makes Mojo, who participated in the documentary, look like a victim of poor management, and Dawson himself into something of a martyr. I did not say that. I'm simply reading. The poignant, calculated YouTube documentary trend recalls one of my favorite are you ready? It gets even better. Personal favorite YouTube videos by Bobby Burns, a close friend and collaborator of Dawson's. Oh, well, when the lesson bites the teacher in the ass, I guess. So anyway, Bobby Burns, a close friend and collaborator of Dawson's, about audience manipulation and seeing the little ticks that remind us this is all rehearsed for an audience to garner a specific reaction. Everything on YouTube is produced. It's edited carefully to entertain an audience and shape a creator as this specific figure. Those YouTube documentaries could be genuine investigations of their creators' lives. Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. They could also be the latest extension of Burns' comedic thesis. That's up to the discerning viewer who knows YouTube is a growing yet turbulent business to decide. But the trend line is clear enough to predict how a new documentary will go over once it's out there. Logan Paul will release his documentary and his legions of fans will applaud him. The documentaries will do what they intend and be successful on their creators' terms. And basically what that's saying is that the YouTuber that is making the documentary is manipulating what the viewer is seeing. Isn't that what I've been saying for the last week about all of this? But now Logan Paul's coming out with it. So is that what's going to happen every time there's some big thing like this? It's just sad to me, okay? And I'm not coming for Shane Dawson anymore. I just don't. I love him. I wish him the best. This isn't about Shane. But this Logan Paul thing, now that's a whole other mess. Now let's go down in here. And I read this one comment, and I love this. And this is about Logan Paul's video. Just because it's called a documentary doesn't mean it will be full of truth. It will be just as slanted and as biased, as non-neutral as every other documentary, news article, book. You can have objective facts without objective presentation. The fact that he's producing and creating his own documentary about himself and his own past of being incapable of self-reflection is enough of a hint that this won't be anything other than an attempt of rehabilitation of his own image rather than himself, and bound to be somewhat hagiographic in the end. Nonfiction can contain a whole lot of fiction despite the name. If he truly, here is my message to all YouTubers that want to do these docuseries, okay? And this is from Dre Sands right here. This right here is the lesson. If he truly wanted a documentary made about him, he would give it to some third party he doesn't know. And even then, because this is about looking at his past, he can create whatever mind state he wants to say he had, since I doubt he kept contemporaneous accounts. Yeah, that, contemporaneous accounts. But it's the truth, okay? So when we go forward with these documentaries, is it because we just want to own the documentary because we're so, we got to have the subs, we got to have the views, we have to be the one that says we're doing the documentary? Or if we really want to get to the bottom of something and really clear something up and we really want to show Logan Paul's mindset during this Japan thing, why wouldn't he hand it over to somebody that was completely unbiased? Hell, at $10 million, you think you might be able to hire somebody to do that, okay? Somebody completely unbiased and objective. Or what is he afraid of coming out? That there really is no truth to that? Or that he can't force the narrative? And then that begs the question is, do a lot of these YouTubers force the narrative of all of their things? And not just the people that I talk on here about, but all kinds of YouTubers. Needless to say, I won't stop watching YouTube. I love it. I love the fiction. I love the nonfiction of it. I love all of it. And I don't really care at the end of the day. I just like real people, okay? That's what I like. And yesterday on my Twitter, since so many people are interested in my Twitter yesterday, or recently, I retweeted this quote. And the quote is, I think it's from Billionaire Mindset. It says, I don't need somebody to be perfect. I just need them to be real. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.